Hello. So obviously everybody else is playing with ChatGPT, so I thought I'd do a little bit myself and work on it on kind of the way I do things initially for creating content to see kind of what the results were and what I might need to do in order to edit or increase those possibilities of the content ranking just from content itself. So the one I'm looking at, I'm really looking at commercial HVAC systems, and everybody has their own beliefs. But in my personal opinion, I'm not just going to do one article and think I'm going to rank for that. I think there's other articles that need to intertwine and link to each other to provide relevance and answer questions. And I don't personally like to create a long ebook like some people do. I think separating out the content is a little bit easier for me and for my clients. So, looking at the first thing I did was I asked it, what are the 20 most common questions about commercial HVAC systems? And you can see what is a commercial HVAC system. How does a commercial HVAC system work? This continues down. So, I wanted these in here and I wanted it to learn from itself a little bit by understanding these and use some of it. But I ended up taking how does a commercial HVAC system work? And I asked it to create an article outline with H tags for how does a commercial HVAC system work. This was the results that I got. It says here's an outline for the article, how does a commercial HVAC system work? It starts out with an introduction, and then it goes into part of the introduction is definition of commercial HVAC system and importance of HVAC system in commercial buildings. And then two, it goes to an overview of the components of a commercial HVAC system, which include the furnace, air conditioning unit, ductwork, and thermostat. Third, how does the system work? The heating process and the cooling process. Four, factors that may affect efficiency of a commercial HVAC system, proper maintenance, ductwork design, system size, and then a conclusion. And then it also provided me with my main H tags for this. Now this goes into H1s, H2s, and H3s, but it didn't continue into the H4s, which I would end up making these H4s. So it did that. So then I asked it, okay, write me a content brief for this outline. And for those that don't know what a content brief is, this really talks about what is the title of your article, what is the purpose, what's the target audience, and what's a synopsis. And it can include keywords and things like that. So this is what it generated, and this is what I can send over to the client and say, this is what our goal is with this exact piece. Then I asked it to write a long form article for the outline. So you can see it used that outline and it's creating this piece right here. And it stopped, and so I had to tell it to continue the article, continue writing. But then I wanted it to, what am I missing in this? So I thought, okay, what are some other questions I should include in the article that are relevant to how does a commercial HVAC system work? And it gave me some other questions here that are pretty relevant. And these are things that I may have the client or myself add to the article with a brief little statement, but then link to an article that ends up being created about this exact question. And then I said, what other keywords should I include in the article that are relevant to how does a commercial HVAC system work? And it provided me some of those here. And the last thing I did is give me 5 commercial HVAC statistics. And so I've got those here. Okay, when I'm done with all that, I then copy a lot of this information over because in my situation, the clients are usually let me see if I can get this captured for you. 1 second. There you go. This client specifically actually writes the content for their business, and I just provide them kind of consultation and what to do. So started out with that content brief. Again, I copied it on here. I did add some additional keywords down here onto what it already said, and I included the statistics in here to be added as well. And then it came to the outline pasted all that in there. And then the article. So I formatted the article the way it should be. And then what I will tell them to do is to go in and change some of these. Like, I don't like using conclusion and I don't like using introduction. Those are something that disappears, that ChatGPT uses in almost every single article that it creates for some reason. And I don't like that. So I will have those changed. For example, instead of conclusion, it may say next steps or have more questions about commercial HVAC systems. And then it says, whatever in that conclusion part, and how to contact the client in order to get a quote or get help. And in the introduction side, we'll change that up too. And she'll go through and kind of reword some of this, but this gives them a good head start on writing the content versus, starting fresh and saying, oh, here you go write. But that's kind of how I'm using ChatGPT. Hopefully that helps you. Let me know if you have any questions.